Good morning. It is March 29th, 2016. And in our mountain time zone, it's 7 o'clock.
That's right.
Different times where you're coming in.
Yes, indeed. It's 6 a.m. for you.
It is.
Good for you.
You're awesome. These other people who aren't on yet, it's later for you guys. Dee's the winner. Anyway, we were just talking about the program, and we are so lucky to be coaches. We are so lucky to be, well, first of all, to find the program, but somebody shared it with us, and that's a big deal. And just think if for Dee, if Gladys hadn't said something, or you didn't notice Gladys.
Right.
Yeah. And my coach, the same thing. Our coach, we saw her at a wedding reception, and she and her husband looked fantastic. Anyway, so we walk around being examples to people and change lives. So it's a great thing. Oh yeah, that's the number one thing, is taking care of ourselves, right? Mm-hmm. Anyway, I think we're lucky to be coaches and be able to spread the word, because we can help people so much. And for a long time, it just seems like we concentrate a lot on one part of the program, and that's weight loss. But that's the main thing we talk about, and it's great. There are 3 other parts to the trilogy, and remember, Dr. Anderson calls it the trilogy of optimal health: healthy body, healthy mind, healthy finances. And it seems like the healthy body is the one where you notice it the most. You feel so great. And the mind, well, what about the mind?
Oh, it definitely comes along. I hear people say in our business that the mind is the most important thing, and you don't realize when you embark on the journey that you're going to experience improvement that way too, but we certainly have.
We sure have. And you have to have the healthy mind to keep the weight off, that's for sure. And we're all working on that. And anyway, so the next thing that I think, when you talk to somebody, sometimes just listening to them, you can hear what that person might need, what part of the trilogy. And sometimes it really is body, sometimes it's mind with body, and sometimes, if people's finances are messed up, then they can't concentrate on their body or the finances or whatever. So anyway, but have you seen one of those trilogy wheels? Yeah, you have. Good. And there, because that wouldn't it be fun to be a 10 in all of those areas? The middle, where you're a 10 in all of the areas, is the sweet spot. Anyway, but so I think it's just to be aware of the fact that we have 3 things that we're offering, and not just the trilogy. I mean, not just the weight loss third of it. Anyway, you want to talk about something?
Oh, I'm great.
Oh, we have 2 sites on Facebook, and one of them is a coach site and one of them is a client site. And the client site is called Healthy Hangout. And that is really a place where you want to put your clients so that they feel supported. However, I was looking at it yesterday and I thought, all of these posts are by me. So feel free to contribute and go in there each day and make a comment or something, just to see if we can get some action in there. And then I think that it will be a lot more valuable. And then the other one is Green Light. We should talk about Green Light and why it's called Green Light. You want to?
Gee. I remember red light, green light, and we heard it years and years ago. But what was
thinking?
Right.
Yeah.
But was there yes, the metaphor is that when you think of something that you could do, and particularly something that would benefit your life, you know that it would. That too often we have a red light go up in our minds and we're stopped, maybe because of past attitudes or past failures, and we don't take on the thing that could bring us such happiness and good result. So to turn that around and have it be green light, that anything's possible.
Yeah. So you keep your red light thinking, shut it down as quick as you can. Green light, just go. Anyway, that's why it was named green light, was for to keep our thinking in the can-do way. We can stay on program. We can share this. We can, have a happy life and have full trilogy where we are reaching all the goals that we set. Anyway, it's a really useful site, and it is for coaches, but don't be afraid to make comments, ask questions, go in the files sections, whatever. There's a lot of good stuff there. One of the things that's in there is when they have trainings that are available, and Dee, I sent you one of those that where the Catch the Fire, and it just keeps adding them each time they have one each week. I know your evenings are busy, but it sure is nice that we can go back on the recordings and listen. So yeah, there was so the Catch the Fire trainings are in there. And then another thing is that there is a training tonight that they've just told us about, Dan Valentine.
Right.
Yeah, he's cool. So if you can get on, good, but it'll be recorded too. So
Okay.
it's always nice.
And that's 5 Pacific, 6 Mountain, 7 Central, 8 Eastern, right?
Right. So it's kind of early, probably might be dinner time for you guys, but anyway, yeah. Do you have any
And
questions?
that's probably available on playback, or do
Yeah,
we know that?
not yet. We don't, but yeah, we'll get playback, I'm sure. Dan Valentine, we should tell you about him. He became a client and coach at the same time, or what?
Seems like.
Anyway, he lost like about 90 pounds, and then he became a coach, and he's a pastor of his church, and so maybe he just he's got a lot of followers, but he saw the value of sharing this, and wow, he's gone all the way to the top.
Very gregarious and energetic.
Yeah, so he's worth listening to, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, he's very dynamic and inspiring. Yeah, I have to say.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. Anyway, that should be fun. Gosh, this is so. Do you have questions, Dee?
Oh my gosh. I should have written them all down. I have so many questions.
Good. They're all good. I want to hear them.
Well,
I can think of any.
I should have written them down. Well, I guess. Well, first, I just got my kit yesterday in the mail. Yeah.
You are that's funny. We've been talking coaching so much. I thought
I know. I've been watching lots of the training, but my kit just arrived yesterday, and I guess my head's just kind of swimming, wondering where a really good starting point is. I mean, I've been watching so much training. I think I'm almost kind of feeling overwhelmed by all the training. So I guess my question is what's your piece of advice for the very first place to start?
That is a very good question. What would you say?
Go ahead.
I was just thinking, there is so much training, but the very best thing is your own story.
Yeah.
And that's what comes out first. That's the first thing. It doesn't matter about all the training you have. It's how you feel, what
Right.
you're experiencing, what people see on your face,
Right.
that you're giving it. So this idea of refining your story, and you said you've been kind of working on that.
Yeah.
Trying to get it to like three points, how it was before, how you're feeling while you're doing it, and what changes you're noticing. So find your story, and then just be yourself and share it. And then these other things, look at them as good to know. Not have to. You don't have to know anything else. you know, so
Right.
hopefully that helps you know that, oh, okay, I'm not going to worry too much. But
That does. That helps because that's what I keep thinking is I'm not comfortable with a salesperson position, but that's really not why I want to do this. I want to do this because it's given me a change in my life. And I'm so excited that for the first time in 15 years, I feel hopeful. I feel energetic. I feel like this is something I can really conquer and that I'm not destined to go down this path. So I'm just excited to share that with everyone. So I guess that's good to hear that because that's why I keep coming back to as well is that I just need to stick to why I'm choosing to do this and sharing my story and getting that out.
yeah,
So,
that's perfect. And your story, you just gave it.
Yeah, yeah, and we could feel it even as you're
yeah,
speaking now, and that's the most important thing. I think too many of us think, well, we've got to be more professional before we start talking to people because we don't want to mess up. We don't want to say the wrong thing.
right,
It's more an idea of ready, fire, aim.
right,
You know that you can aim better as you pick up things along the way. But the best thing is to
right.
get out and
It's
just enjoy the marvel of what you've experienced. It's so
Yeah,
great, isn't it?
it
your
is.
genuine self. And this other, I love what you said about to not get lost in. I think you were saying the kind of the training and lose that feeling of why I am doing it.
Right.
You know, and that's always keep that in the forefront. And tell her about selling. Do we sell?
Oh, and it's really not selling. You know, it's just
You
relating
can't
to
sell.
people
Yeah.
Right.
and yeah, sharing your story and listening to what they might be giving you as hints that you're already experiencing blessings in your own life that you could touch them more completely that way by listening to what is going on with them.
It's true. There's so much listening to it that you can't be trained on. That's just hearing what their need is. And, you know, instead of having an agenda when you talk to somebody, I want to tell them about this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
That's where the selling comes in. We don't sell. You just listen to them and you can say, hey, you know, I might have something that'll help you.
Mm-hmm.
A piece of advice someone gave me at the one of our mentor coaches gave at the very beginning that brought a lot of peace to me, and I think David too, is when you're talking to somebody, you can't say the wrong thing to somebody who's ready. You can't say the right thing to somebody who's not ready.
Right. You're right. Good point.
So you just kind of relax and, you know, do the training as it comes. It's fun. When you first start, it's just a barrage of all this information.
Right.
But as you go along, that information sounds different to you because you've talked to people or you've experienced something else. And so,
And even just finding 10 or 15 minutes a day to do something, and it'll surprise you how soon you get smart.
Yeah, that was another.
something. What do you mean by something?
Well, there's so many trainings available.
Oh, trainings. Okay.
Oh, right.
In the back office, there's a wonderful tab. If you haven't seen that,
Have you seen that?
It's just called Getting Ready, and
Let me show.
it's a fun place to start.
I'll share the screen and then you can take a look at how
Okay.
it works. So here it's coming. Can you see the girl with her arms out?
Yes.
Okay. So to get into your back office, the way that I do it is I just come to the bottom of that screen. So this is just tsfl.com.
Right.
And then down here, hit coach login.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got your coach ID and your password, log in. And then it'll take us to, it's thinking. Come on. There it goes. Right here in resources. Is that the one? Yeah. And training. And then here, so there's training and there's all these things here. So if you have you done this?
Yes, I have done that.
Okay. Good
Great.
girl. So yeah,
And just click on something new every day, and it's
Great.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing. Okay. Anyway, yeah, and just a little bit each day. That's true. That's very good advice.
Yeah, because it's easy to feel like, well, you don't want to stop your enthusiasm.
Right.
You can just learn as you go.
Right.
And try to keep track of who you talk to. That's a big deal. And sometimes what you say, just people you've mentioned. Something that they teach us right off the bat is about keeping track of people. So when you meet people, they're either ready or they're not ready.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're keeping track of the ones who aren't ready yet. And they're just your friends. And you just, there's a little script that we have that you can use if you want to, that is just,
Mm-hmm.
you just simply ask them, what do you say? And they're interested. Gosh, I haven't done it for a while. It's kind of like you tell them about the program, and they say, well, I'm really not ready right now. And you just say, oh, that's just fine. Can I keep you updated occasionally? That's all you say. And they're like, sure. And then just get their email address and you keep them on a list in your email.
Okay.
Connections. You just call them connections.
Okay.
And what you do, it's really kind of a brilliant thing that you have this list of people and you just write a little health tip or a before and after story or something, and just send it every couple of weeks. Just kind of what you're saying to these people is, I'm still a health coach. You're not saying, are you ready now? Are you ready now?
Right.
Just
Right.
telling them a health, So, but you'd be very surprised at how many people from that little email they get. They go, oh, like the lady down the street when she said, you know what, that article you sent, I sent a little thing on diabetes. She said, it really struck a chord with me because we've got diabetes in my family and I'm really worried about getting it. I want to start your program, So, you're reminding them you're in so that when the time comes,
Mm-hmm.
my mom went to the doctor and she has such and such, and I want to get her on the program, that they have you come to their mind. So,
Yeah.
And with most people, it will require several layerings, we call it. And it might not always be you. They will bump into things in their life in other ways that will nudge them along the way and think, well, really, I am not feeling very well. Or, my clothes don't fit. And then with these various things that come into their lives, maybe it's a year down the road, they'll say, it's time to do something.
Mm-hmm.
You need help me. So it's a sweet way to do it, and it's surprising how often
people
those
come back.
things come to fruition.
It's just fun to be available to help people. That's really all you're doing. And just by having this little connection email, it's just reminding those people that you talked about who weren't ready then that you're still doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just fun. You'll see that those people are attracted to you too, just by your life. Like we say, number one is always us and the way that we live and the happiness that we enjoy. You're a good example. It sounds kind of crazy, but it's nice. You just I don't know. I really like it. Anyway, so yeah, that's about it's just fun. Another thing is trying to keep track of conversations you have with people.
Okay.
And you can do that in whatever way works. David, tell him what you do. He's super organized. I'm not.
And maybe that's something we can do offline sometime. I know that we don't mean for this call to be overly long this morning, or we can talk about it more specifically another time.
Yeah.
There are, it is something that you have to come to grips with, because at the beginning you think, oh, well, I'll remember that great conversation that I had with Susie, because gee, how could you not remember that great conversation?
Yeah, she's my best friend. Of course I can remember that.
And yet when you have 8 or 9 conversations like that, all of a sudden you think, oh, gee. It's like looking for houses, if you've ever done that. and you mix everything up in your mind.
Right.
So the bedroom is on the other side of the house, and you need to just somehow remember it. And even if it's just, I'm a computer type guy, though not excessively, but more of a Word document kind of guy, is where I've just kept track of notes. There's some sweet other things that Claudia has experimented with lately that I want to look at, because it can be your undoing. And I don't
just drive you crazy. Is what you mean.
and I don't mean
Right.
to be a downside of things, but if you've got a napkin here and a post-it note there and stuff, and pretty yeah, and pretty soon you're just about to scream.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk too much about this, but by the same token, yeah, you want to keep notes.
Right.
If you, I've gone to spiral notebooks lately and that sort of thing, and then transcribing them to my Word document. But
That's a good idea.
I know that there are better ways, and I'm still seeking those out.
It's just nice that when you talk to him again, you can go back and you can think, oh yeah, she told me this, and oh yeah, I want to remember that. So that
Right. So on is it the back office? Is that what it's called? Where they had the list where you can mark
yes,
contacted and kind of their status of where they're at.
right. And see, that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. Just make it something that works for you, and no way is the right way. It's whatever your brain does. So
Along the way, there have been some of our colleagues that have come up with Excel spreadsheets, and Claudia used those for a while. And if you're that kind of person, great.
And then there's the good old piece of paper too.
Right. Some people will just have a 3-ring binder with pages that they do everything longhand, and they take it with them in their car because they might find that they want it with them in their car.
So I'm confused. Is there an app that you can have on your smartphone that accesses the back office, or?
Yes, there is. And just it's a free app, and I think it's just TSFL whatever.com.
Okay.
I don't have my phone with me, but it just has the logo.
I've done that, so I'm sorry.
I've used the app for the health games, but
there is a take shape life one in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really great on the phone. I always do it on the computer.
Though we are all on our phones, in our modern lives, aren't we?
Yes.
For sure.
Oh my gosh, it's terrible.
So that's great to be comfortable with too.
Well, we should end this call.
Yes, let's.
Dee's got to get to the doctor and start her busy day. Do you know she homeschools her kids?
You are an amazing woman.
Or crazy.
And she's the young women president. And
Claudia did a little bit of that, and it was great for our kids.
Yeah.
Really great for our kids.
Yeah.
But it's a big, big deal. So
it is. We're in our 20th year, and I'm ready to graduate.
What years you've been doing it?
That's
holy
awesome.
cow! You deserve a medal for that.
I just want a graduation. That's it.
Yeah. Wow. Well, we could go on for hours talking about that subject. That's
Yeah.
Well, this was great. Thank you for getting on, and this was such a intimate conversation.
Well, thank you. Thank you for doing this.
Hey, will you take care
Carry
and have
on.
a great day?
Sounds good.
All right.
Thanks, you
Nice
too.
to
Have a
meet
great day.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye-bye.